it just happened this morning. And we have a video that's actually was trending pretty well. This would be Jake Paul versus what's his name? Tommy Fury.
Yeah,
I was going to say
Fury.
Tyson. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury is supposed to be December 18th, which is less than 2 weeks away. We're at December 6th. It's supposed to be 12 days from now. Mm-hmm. And Tommy Fury pulls out because of an undisclosed medical condition, which means Jake Paul, I guess, hit up Tyron Woodley. I don't know if they had kind of Tyron Woodley on a waiting call, or obviously they knew he would take it. I'm curious how much he's been boxing as if he was going to take this fight. It can't be as much clear. There's no way he was taking as this fight unless there was some kind of inclination that maybe someone would pull out, but I can't imagine. But anyway, so Tyron Woodley is stepping up. They're going to do Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 2. Before we get into predictions of that, you want to say some stuff on Tommy Fury?
What was interesting we just did a prediction video for Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Yes. And I said, the biggest issue I think with Tommy Fury is his composure. In the biggest fight. This is a huge fight. Yeah. And you can get more exposure in general in boxing right now, right. So I'm feeling like maybe it was just the pressure and he just couldn't take it,
Well, that was the one thing that stood out to me when you told me that he was 22. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's young.
He's younger than Jake. That's crazy. Yeah. And he's never been in a big fight. No. Ever.
Yeah. Do you think it was a genuine injury? You really think he couldn't compete, or do you think it was more mental?
At the end of the day, as much as the 22 thing, we do know that family. I think he's the softest of the three, clearly, of those guys. We don't know who else is in his family. He's probably the softest, the prettiest boy. But that being the case, I do know there's some really fighting,
fight spirit in there.
Instinctual spirit in them, So I'm assuming, it could be in the same medical condition. It could be just COVID or something.
Because I do want to just come on and say he's a pussy, but my genuine feeling is it was probably a serious injury.
Yeah. But again, and like I said, maybe I could be just COVID, something stupid like that, unfortunately.
I read somewhere it was something to do with a rib tear or something like that.
A rib tear?
Yeah, something in that regard. But I don't know.
Okay. So that being
I'm
the case,
disappointed though. I wanted to see it now.
And we already did a whole breakdown on it, but I wonder let's see if they have Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley lines out now. First off,
it was just announced an hour ago. That'd be kind of crazy.
They are quick. We're in a betting world now. Everything's sponsored by bets sites now.
Yeah.
Gambling, I just actually
That's true. DraftKings fucking sponsor us. Damn.
No, we're going to get it. Gambling's is legal in 18 states now. It was just Vegas for a long time. Now it's in 18 states. Tyron Woodley 2 odds. So while I'm pulling these up, do you have any faith that Tyron Woodley wins this fight, or?
It's a bit going based off what you said. I wonder how much he's been training. I think if Tyron Woodley went through another full boxing training camp, I think he'd probably beat him.
Okay, Paul, a big it says, I'm just reading the thing. Paul right now, this is on actionnetwork.com. Jake Paul minus 277, Tyron Woodley plus 200.
That sounds
was it just slightly over what it was before? Last time it was it got up to minus 200 plus 160 or something. I could be saying that wrong, but
that seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Paul versus Woodley now December 18th in Tampa, Florida. I did read in the first original thing today, Tyron Woodley said, if you knock me out, I'll give you an extra $500K.
Jake Paul said that?
Yeah. Why the fuck?
Chill with your audio.
Yeah, when some of these websites just pull up some shit. But I read in this thing today, the first report the first one I sent you on MMAfighting.com, that he said if Jake Paul or if Tyron knocks me out, I'll give him an additional. Oh, Tommy Fury announces reason for withdrawal.
I'm gonna
pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
But I just want to read what I was gonna say with this one. Ariel Wani said, Tommy Fury, you're right. Tommy Fury suffered a broken rib and is dealing with a chest infection, per a statement released by his team. Tommy Fury said, I am absolutely heartbroken that I've been forced to withdraw from my fight with Jake Paul due to a bacterial chest infection, staph infection on his chest, and broken rib. The beginning of my camp was going so incredibly, and I never expected anything to come in my way from a victory on December 18th. I can't express how disappointed I am, and I really do hope we can get this fight rescheduled in the new year. I want this fight to still happen more than anything. And then this is what I was going to say right here. It said, Paul released a video announcing the change, insulting Fury, and claiming that he is offering Woodley $500,000 if Woodley can knock him out in the rematch. And I think the reason is that it's going to force Tyron to be more aggressive. And in that, Jake could get a knockout. Because the one thing last time was Tyron just didn't explode it ever. And the time he did like once, and it kind of hit Jake Paul back behind the ropes. You remember? But besides that, they were kind of just Woodley would never explode, and that's what I think. And if he does explode, it gives Jake a better chance to knock him out. So.
How are you feeling? You think Jake just wins?
I'm honestly, for some reason, I kind of like this one more for some reason. Maybe I have more faith in Tyron Woodley than Tommy Fury, if that's it.
Yeah, maybe that made me feel better though. I believe that. I believe.
And maybe I just don't even know Tommy Fury. So to me, like, he only became a star because Jake wanted to fight him. He's on an undercard. You like Tyron Woodley is still interesting to me. And shit, shout out to Tyron Woodley for getting another payday, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, you got the.
I wish he had a full camp. I seriously do because I really think he would have a chance of. He still has a chance of winning.
We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully, he was kind of staying ready. And if anything, I do think if he was not going to fight Jake, I know Tyron would still want to do some other fights. There was a report that came out recently that said he wanted to fight 4 times in 4 different styles. So, like, I think, like, boxing, I think this new triad thing that Frank Mir just did. By the way, you saw that Frank Mir knockout? He got knocked out standing up?
No.
Oh, it was bad. He was the main event in it, the triad thing. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That was the same thing Mike Perry was on. Mike Perry actually won by decision. He got dropped and won a decision. Ooh. I think it was, and I could be butchering it, but it was Triller, but triad, and it was a triangle ring.
But it's MMA?
Boxing.
Oh, it's boxing.
Boxing in a triangle ring. And Frank Mir tried it, headlined it, had his daughter in the corner, and got knocked out standing up. Oh, boom, he was out standing. And the boxer he fought could have came out and really hurt him, and he didn't. But he was fighting like a real boxer. Like, he just fought like Anthony Joshua or like some like real pro or some shit. But anyway, so Jake Paul Woodley 2. How's it ending?
I can't see going any other way but Jake Paul decision.
Yeah.
I don't see him knocking out Tyron Woodley. I really don't. But I don't see Tyron winning.
My one thing is this. Jake Paul obviously is getting better each fight. So we're going to see a better Jake Paul.
And loading up on more
HGHs. Yeah, PEDs. Yeah. And also, I think Jake Paul probably was taking this fight super serious. I mean, he takes all of them serious, but I think he was taking this one super serious because there was a lot on the line, talking shit. We knew this was
actual boxer.
Talking for the actual boxer. So I think we're going to see a better Jake Paul, a better in shape Jake Paul, more HGH in his system. I got Jake Paul by TKO in the 5th.
Really? You see him knocking him out?
I think Jake.
I hope they load. I hope Tyron's taking so much test right now.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah,
shooting it.
I hope
he's ready in 2 weeks.
He's such an. That's what I'm saying. If Tyron had a full boxing, another full boxing training camp, I say he wins. But just because it's last minute, I'm sure he's been drinking, partying, already spending that last fight money.
That music video with fucking that we did.
Oh yeah, what was that song called? I can't even remember it, but. I can't see Tyron winning. I do hope he does. I'll be cheering for Tyron on the night, but I have Jake Paul by decision.
Yeah, again. So 12 days from now, we're going to have Jake Paul versus Woodley, too. Like, again, for some reason, that sounds even a little bit cooler to me. So
yeah. I just wish it was building up this whole time and we could actually have a full fight with full training camps, but whatever. And again, Tyron, I hope you're taking all the HGH and all the tests you could possibly be taking right now.
Yeah, and shout out to Woodley for getting another payday, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, I'm going Jake Paul, 5th round TKO. You're going what?
Jake Paul decision.
Jake Paul decision. Okay.
Yeah.
That's our little Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 2 breakdown. We did because we just did Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. We did all the undercard fights. I took Darren Williams. He's taking Frank Gore. That's the only other fight. They have the Amanda Serrano girl in the co-main event again. He's taking Amanda Serrano by decision. I'm taking Amanda Serrano by knockout because she always does get knockouts, and we got lucky last time. But in this one, he's going to go Jake Paul by decision over Woodley in the rematch, and I'm going to go Jake Paul 5th round TKO.
Yep. Cool.